All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Folk Arts at the UHEC presentation, sponsored by the Ukrainian History and Education Center. We are located here in Somerset, New Jersey, and we welcome everybody who's joining us from near and far today. Before we get started on today's presentation, we just have some information about our center. Tonight's program is part of our Folk Arts at the UHEC series, where we offer both in-person and virtual programs. We also offer Crafts for Kids program. This includes the seasonal subscription boxes that get mailed to you, a summer camp, and other virtual and in-person programs. We also have a Nashi Pretke at Home, which offers genealogy workshops and webinars for both Ukrainian and Eastern European genealogists and people who are interested in that, as well as Stories from Storage, which are videos and blog posts from items from our museum and archival collections. We are very grateful that you are all here, and we're very grateful to the Somerset County Cultural and Heritage Commission, a partner of the New Jersey State Council on the Arts, who help fund programs such as this. And we are not able to do this without your support, your participation. Please join us in becoming members or supporting us in other financial ways or volunteering your time as well. Please follow the links you see on your screen to learn more about the UHEC, our programs, and how you can get involved. If you are in the Somerset to the South Bamberg area, we welcome you to join us for some upcoming Pysanka workshops. We have some room left, I believe, on Saturday's workshop coming up this March 14th. Or if you want to join us for a Pysanka meetup where we get to show off what we can do, help each other, as well as just have some good time writing lots and lots of Pysanka. We're also offering an etching workshop this year. This one is on Saturday, March 28th. If you are in the neighborhood, come and join us for this workshop. If you've got young ones at home, this is our fourth year having our Passport Through Ukraine summer camp. This will be August 3rd to the 7th. Where kids from ages 6 to 10 get to join in and learn a little bit about Ukraine, traditions, holidays, folk art, and fine art. And we are about to get started and welcome Alona Popova for our presentation today. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. We are going to ask everybody to mute their microphones. When we get to the question and answer part, we are going to ask everybody to put in their questions into the chat box. I am joined by our director, Natalia, who will also be helping me monitor the questions. Alona has two spots in her presentation where we can take the questions, and we will ask her at that time. Also, once I go away and I stop sharing my screen, Alona will have a PowerPoint presentation as well. So the best way for you to view both her and the presentation is if you go in the top right and you click on speaker view, as well as you can just scroll to the bottom. There's an option for hiding non-video participants. So that will kind of declutter your screen a little bit and you will be able to view her PowerPoint to full screen. There also is like a little level in the middle that you can make either her or her presentation bigger if you slide it either to the left or to the right. So again, we're very happy to have Ananda join us. I am going to say bye for now until the question and answer time. And thank you all for joining us.
First, I unmute myself. Hello, everybody. Then I
Hi.
start my presentation once again. And I will start the screening, the share my screen. Okay. I would like, first of all, thank you, the Ukrainian History and Educational Center, to invite me here and to speak with you. It's I'm very honored because I'm love the webinars that provide from our center, from this center, and I always join like a listener. So I very honored and grateful to share with you the same virtual space this time. And today I would like to tell you more about my research, what I do in maybe starting from a decade ago, because this research it's all about Ukrainian Easter egg tradition decoration, and past and present. And this tradition I was adopt from Ukraine, bring it here in United States when I moved here in 2017. And continue this tradition in my family. So a little bit about me and about the story, how I joined the Pysanky. I was pregnant and it was maybe around 7 or 8 months. Um, I was staying at home alone. So I invite my best friend come to me. Now she is a godmother of my daughter. So we called her Kuma. And she was the first who teach me the pisanki. She bring all the supplies, she brings all the materials, eggs, and we just staying in my house all night, almost all night, and making the pisanki. And after this, I was hooked. And after this, I was repeat this tradition from the year to year now. And now it's almost a decade. So my daughter will be 10 this summer, and the 10 years how I making the pisanki. And like maybe 5 years ago, it was like close to the Easter tradition for me and for my family. But when COVID started, I started to practice pisanki everyday basis, and I improve my skills. And I always like to teach kids, especially. And I'm a teacher in Ukrainian school here in Massachusetts. So I started to teach friends first in MySpace, but then I started to offer the workshops and do it around Massachusetts area where I live. So it's how Pysanka Club was born. So it's Pysanka Club. It's a community here in Massachusetts offline for those who wanna learn more about Pysanky, who wanna know more techniques, elements, knew the history, symbolic meanings, and play with it. So we gather at least once a month in a different location, Massachusetts, and create together. And also maybe year after, the offline Pysanky club started. Our Pysanky club online was starting as well. It was for those Ukrainians, girls who was should to replace because of full-scale invasion Russia against Ukraine, and yeah, they was abroad, but they still want to cherish this tradition making pisanki, and they want to be in a community, the same pisanki artists as they are. And that's how our Ukrainian Pysanky Club online club was started. So now our club it's around 30 maybe people that online from different part of the globe. We have the girls from Kiev, we have the girls from other part of Ukraine, and also from the Ireland, Canada, Ukraine, Denmark, Switzerland, United States also. It's like Ukrainians in a diaspora. A little bit about what we will talk today. Today I divide my presentation and it's two part. First part, I was concentrated on those Pysanky tradition that would use wax resist method or scratching tools or leaf tools and a little bit about contemporary Pysanky techniques. It's a And the second part, I will concentrate on those techniques of decoration eggs where we not use wax, but still it's very popular in Ukraine now. Uh, and yeah, after maybe first part, we will do the small little break. And if you have a question, I will be glad to answer. And after this, we continue. So if you have any questions, yeah, please drop it in a Q&A section or chat, wherever it's open for you. Yeah, I will be glad to speak with you in a break section. So, what the source I use, I actually very honored that I already have a big collection of Pysanky that I order from Ukraine or bring from Ukraine, and they're different. They're from different artists in different techniques, and mostly all photos I use in this presentation, it's a photo from my private collection. Second source, it's a Pysanky museum in Kolomyia. So I use some of the sources they public in the public use on their website, like a reference what the kind of Pysanky they have in their collection, and maybe like a reference for me what I want to do in the future, what I want to do like add into my collection. Next one, it's a website, Pysanky Info by Luba Petrusha. I'm very like this website because it's like Pysanky encyclopedia for me. And when I look in something, what I wanna trying to understand in English or find in English, I go in this side. It was maybe the first time who teach me how that in United States, in diaspora in Canada, we don't say like pesak. It's the tool what we use for making pysanky. They call it kistka, and it's how I can need to take a look and Google to find the tool. So it's a very useful site for me, and I very recommend it. It's really like any question about the pysanky you may have, I believe you can find the answer here. And of course, it's Instagram because I'm a social active person. I speak with people, talk with people. I do my Instagram live streams about Pysanky. Like I invite like a guest from the Pysanky artist in Ukraine. We take the one small little topic, like how to make this Pysanky or this, and we trying to continue at an hour or hour and a half, and making like a video, like a tutorial, and to share with everybody. And everybody who has an Instagram and they understand Ukrainian can join, work with us, speak with us, asking questions, and actually they share their result, Pysanky, tagging us, and we will share with everyone. So this season, I plan the same way, making the live streams about Pysanky. So please join me. You can find me like by my name, Alona Popova. And I'm actually ready to start and go to the main part. As you know, since ancient time, the X has been one of the humanity most powerful and maybe universal symbols. And many cultures around the world, including like Egypt, Greece, Rome, China, India, they decorate the eggs. And the main maybe symbolic meaning, it's a symbol of life. And mystery when the life emerging from darkness, return to the sun in the spring, and renewal of our nature. Um, and they're very actually glad that Ukraine has maybe not unique, other culture has the same maybe tradition, but we have this a big collection of ornaments, symbol, techniques. We have a lot old books, and we have all of this historical part behind of this Pysanky, and we have these collections, and we can work with them, and we can reproduce and share with everybody in the world. So Pysanky, it's for me, it's one of my favorite things to do. And second, maybe favorite things to do, it's talking about Pysanky, what I doing today, like with you. So Pysanky comes from the word pisati, that means to write. And when we put the symbol on the Pysanky, it means like we write symbol, some notes on the Pysanky. And if you know the meaning, that you can read the symbol. And long time ago, when people work with a Pysanky, it's mostly was with natural dyes. So this natural dyes comes from the flowers, from the leaves, from the barks, and they give very special shades of these colors. And on this screen, it's my private collection of the Pysanky made with natural dyers. I cook them myself. I collect from my backyard and from my area where I live. I'm very glad that Massachusetts area at the same climate zone as Ukraine. So we have a four season over here. We have the same flower bushes, trees like in Ukraine, and it's very easy to find like marigolds, to find the tulips, to find any other coloring coloring instrument for this technique. And at the next slide, I would like to show other Pysanky from my collection from other artists. I collect this Pysanky when I was in Ukraine in 2022. I was traveled to my parents' house, and I spent there some couple weeks of the summer. And this collection of Pysanky very special for me because they it's like a capsule of that moment of this summer what I've been there, because they kept the atmosphere, the people I met, and even the color of plants that were blooming at that time. So that's why it's very special for me. And when I see them, I always back in my mind in those summer. And next one, it's artist originals Pysanky. I didn't stop in this section on the technique how to make the Pysanky, because I think most of you maybe know, but if not, if you need explanation, just drop the question in the chat. We working on Pysanky in a wax resist method. So first we put our beeswax lines over the white eggshell, and it's preserved the white. So when you see this example from Lydia Solodar in Cherkasy, some of them like one color Pysanka, and it's very easy to understand how the process will work. So first you cover lines over white eggshell, then put it in a dyers, any of color. You can pick from the yellow to the black. Here we see the one color Pysanka like pink, blue, and green. So after removing the wax, after dyeing and removing the wax, you will see the result. This magic of Pysanky reveal. And also, if you want to work with more colors, you can do it. And you can do from lightest color to the deepest color. And here are some of the example with the blue. So first the artist work with the lightest blue and then put it in dark blue. light red and put it in dark red. And on a contrast with these colors, we will see the result. A couple more Pysanky from my private collection, and they also very different because every artist has their own script. And now when I see on the photo of the Pysanky, I can recognize which of the artists it is because, yeah, it's very unique and almost like all artists have their own style. Next part, what I want to talk is Krashenka. Krashenka, or they also call in some of the region in Ukraine halunka, is a one color dye egg. Mostly it's boiled egg. We use it for eating at Easter time. We put it in a Easter basket and go to the church for blessing. So very often it's just only one plain color, mostly red, but many people use the onion skins and any other, dyers from the pockets. So they can be in very different shades and colors. Next part, like next technique, next kind of the egg decoration, it's a krapanki. Krapka, it's a dot in English, like a small little dot. So this is a favorite favorite technique for kids, I say, because when we started to teach kids in Ukrainian school, we started from the 4 years old, and it's krapanki. Krapanki, it's the easiest way to explain kids how the magic of Pysanky working, how the wax resist method working, and you don't need like a very special tool. You just need melt the pot with wax and give them the tool. And it can be different tool. Maybe I will show you. So this is just a regular pencil what you have in any of the schools. And we just put this rubber thing in the melted wax and do the dots. And it can be even matches, just a regular matchsticks. It's also a favorite kind of making the pysanky for my daughter. She's named Melania, she almost 10, and krapanki is her favorite technique. So she liked to play with the colors, she liked to do in the dots, she liked to give in the name of her krapanki, and she likes to explain her friends how to make them. And maybe one of my daughter's favorite now artist. It's a Morgan Tuna from Canada. And take a look at her polka dots and this special way for coloring eggs, because I will tell you more about this later in the end of this section. Go to the drop pull pysanky. Drop pull pysanky, it's sometimes you know the name Lemko Pysanky, sometimes you know the name Boyko Pysanky, and maybe different Slavic countries who do the same way to decoration Easter egg, they have their own name of this type of decoration. In this section, I call it drop pull because it's how it works. It's drops and droplets. Combination of these two elements give you just a variety of compositions, flowers, bloomings, petals, sprouts, birds, fish, everything you can go with two simple symbols. And I also wanna share like these two photos. One of them, like a left side, this is from the artist from Slovakia, and it was gift and one of the Pysanky exchange between artists, and I got it like a gift. So it was color all in the natural dyers. So this was artist from Slovakia, Tatiana Rohachova, and right, it was Lilia Archeshin. It's a Ukrainian who worked with the Boykivsky Pysanky, cherished the traditions of her grandparents. And yeah, it was colored with aniline dyers. So on this photo, you may be clear to see how the difference between aniline and natural. So natural, little bit shade off. Aniline may be more brighter. For draw pull pysanky, we use simple pin head, and we take these molten drops of wax, place on the egg surface, and pull to create a variety of designs and configurations. Next part is Carbovany eggs. Carbovany eggs. I was trying to find the way how to translate it, but maybe if I explain you the method how it's do it, you will understand, and maybe you will give me the answer how to better call it in English. So yeah, put your guess in the chat if you know already. So Carbovany eggs, I was playing with them a couple of years ago. So how you do them? First, you wax the lines over raw chicken egg. So do the lines, raw chicken egg, no blowing out, just a raw chicken egg. Then you put this egg in the oil onion skins, like a boiled onion skins. It should be just maybe cold dyers, and you can leave it for 1 day or overnight, or you can put it inside and starting to boil. So it's like when you end boil egg, cook them, and naturally wax starting to melt and like going out from the eggshell and leaving these yellow traces. So at the left part of the photo, it's where I put the pysanka, just like I do the lines, put it in the onion skins and starting to boil right away. And where the pysanka was like under the knee, it was shading off, but when it was a little bit up, it was like yellow tracing. And this section where the line very wide and where background were like brown. So I put it in the onion skin overnight and starting to boil in the morning. So the lines like very clear and white. So that method we call карбовані писанки because it's like little bit similar, like we're talking about the travyanka, but with wax. And here what we go next, actually, travyanka, listovka. It's pretty much the same method what we're talking about with карбовані писанки. Here we use the wax for our lines, and here we not use wax at all. We just using the leaves, just leaves what go in the spring, every spring. So we just take a small little piece of leaves, put it on the raw chicken egg, wrapping up with a nylon or gauze, and then put it in onion skin. So here's the left side how the pot with the onion skins looks like, and here's how we put the eggs and starting to boil a little bit. So if you can see, they starting to make it to be brown. After we finish and remove all this nylons, we will see the silhouette of the leaves. And this way to making the Easter eggs, it's what I heritage from my grandma, because every spring we did it with her. And yeah, it's very special for me, and I continue to cherish this tradition, take it from my family, and regularly my Easter basket close to the Easter looks like this. I always decorated my eggs with these leaves. If you know this tradition and do them, please do the plus in the chat. Maybe when I have the break, I will see all these pluses. I already see the hearts. Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for your support. Next part of my presentation and the technique what I wanna present to you is a dryapanka. Dryapanka, it's a scratched kind technique over the egg. This example, what I bring with me from Ukraine by Tatiana Mrachovets, and she do very great job with the storytelling. Because for me, when I take a look at this dryapanka, I see the family of chickens. It's for me, it's about the family reunion, and we will see the chata, the house, and the lelaki with the kids. Yeah, for me, it's about, back into to my family's house. So I bring this pysanky with me like a symbol of memory of these days. And little bit about the dryapanky. Dryapanka design scratched into a dyed shell to reveal lighter layers. What you can use for dryapanky, it should be something sharp and strong. So you not putting the wax, you just scratching and doing all the jobs with the scratchy tools. And maybe first of my memories about other relatives in Ukraine. And yeah, when we starting to decorate the Easter eggs, we doing this travyanka. And then when I ask what next, they give me the small little pin and they say just scratch, scratch. And they just give me the egg and I scratch some symbols, some hearts, some diamonds, like a small little kid's memory from this side. And I want to show a couple of the dryapanky artists. They live in Ukraine. And actually, one of them is a Rostislav Kramer. He worked with the natural dyers and with the dryapanky tools to making his composition. And also Bogdan Shevchenko, he doing very, I say, modern looking dryapanky with some nowadays symbols and Ukrainian heroes. And if you see this family of elephants, it's actually very impressed. So just like an example, like a reference, I want to show you this part. And next, maybe one of the next my favorite things to explore. It's a travlenka. Travlenka, it's etched eggs. So wax design etched in a vinegar or acid, then unwaxed area dissolve, creating relief patterns. And in this slide, I will show you the travlenki from my private collection. One of them is Natalia Nishevska. If you can see this left side where you see the portrait, the man and the woman. Man, it's a Leontovich, and it's a symbolic person. For me, he was the one who wrote the Shedrik, Carol of the Bells. And from the opposite side of this Travlinka, there's notes, scripts of Shedrik. And from the woman portrait. It's a Lesia Ukrainka. Actually, one of the maybe my favorite writers in Ukraine. And when all of her tomes of memoirs and letters was published, I started to read it, and it was like you watching the serial at Netflix. It's really it's very interesting person, how she live, how she sing, how she write to other people about her like whole life. So what like when it was a way what to order from this variety of main symbols, I was took these two because they very good represent Ukraine. They have some stories I can tell about them. And next one, it's a traveling by Lida Solodar. I also like her work because she not just doing Pysanky, she also teach how to do the Pysanky. She has their own live streams. He show how to um, even how to create your design from the scratch. She show how she's thinking, how she move the elements, objects, and yeah, how to create this composition what you can see. Also, I have the examples from Tatiana Konoval, and I put these examples in this slide and the next slide, because next slide, it's where Travlenka compare with dyers. And in this section, I keep her because for me, Travlenka from Tatiana Konoval, it's not just Travlenka, it's a history. She put in the history on each act she create. Also, I have the Pysanky by me. It's a very simple, and but I like this technique. And if you never tried before, please take a look at the center. Oksana already do the announce. They will have the workshops about this technique. Don't miss the chance to try this technique this season. And next to Pysanky, it's from the girls from my Pysanky Club. They based in Ukraine. One of the Zlata Natska and Alina Lisichna, and one of them is a white on the white. It's a very interesting and favorite favorite for me technique. Next part is the same Travlanki, but with the colors. So they not just etch the eggshell to the white, they implement color on those sections that will white, like, and do just amazing job at like all of this, color blending, color combinations, and I like when I see it, I'm very like it, and I'm very glad that I have in my collection the Pysanky from Katerina Krimkovska from Ukraine, Manbach, Diagreg. Some of these Pysanky I was collect thankfully by Luba Petrusha and bring it from Canada after the retreat. And yeah, some of them I was lucky winning in a Pysanky exchange. So yeah, how my collection was growing up. We almost close to the finish of the first part. So I want to show a little bit of contemporary way and techniques how to decorate the Pysanky. One of them we call Folks Graffito. I found the naming at the Luba Petrusha website, Pysanky 4, and I don't know how call this technique in Ukraine. Really, like really, I don't know. But these techniques come from Irina Vach from Ukraine, and I actually might be lucky person, but I have one of her students like my best friend. So I started to work with this technique and experiment more. So how we doing this technique? First, we color the egg with overlapping patches of multiple dyes. So you can put just a small little drop of purple, pink, yellow, and they blend in together. Then do the waxing design. Like if you see this first picture, yeah, I believe you can see the movement of my mouse. So it's here. You do the small little wax designs. And for me, it's always free-handed. Like everything that can come in your mind, you just put in there. But do they a little bit bolder than you especially um, do for the lines. And then when you apply the wax, you put the egg in the darker dye. And when the wax is removed, the pattern resemble traditionally like feel like graffiti or scratching effect. So yeah, and this version you can see how the Pysanka looks like without how like when we remove the wax. And yeah, we back into the Morgan tuna, what are you talking about? Because this tradition for making these graffito eggs maybe compared together with the krapanki and do this amazing effect. So first you do this playing with the color thing, do the blending. You don't need to do the lines to playing with the eggs and with the colors. You just can do the simply dots and get amazing effect. So if the Morgan X will be so inspiring for you, please try. And the next one of the contemporary way to making pisanki, it's a tie-dye. And it's not something traditional, not something from the old book, but something that I can learn from modern artists and try myself. So this technique imitate tie-dye effect. Uh, how I do it personally, I put the egg in the vinegar. I do the grease of the egg. I prepare egg to take the dye very quickly and like wash them, and then I wrap in the napkin. Any napkin, paper towel, something white. It should be white and not very thick, like thin. And then I just wrap it. If you see this side, it's already wrapped egg, and they put a small little drops, concentrated dyers, over this napkin, and this dyers mixing together, blending together. And when you open up, you will see this beautiful texture from the napkins or from the paper towel. You will see this like a stamp. And it's what I like the most to create with, because when I trying to take a look at this egg, I trying to find, okay, this part remind me the flower, this part remind me the malva, this part remind me the leaves. So, and then I just, same way, I just starting free-handed and starting to do these silhouettes, but with the wax to preserve what I like the most part. After this, the same way like as graffito, I put it in a darker background to making this effect, making the contour, and maybe one more color to make it visible. And on this part, I would like to stop and has a little break. And if you have a question, Oksana, please help me with the questions. I don't want to do stop share screen, so I think I can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you, Alona. We had one question that has come in so far, and just a reminder, everybody, if you can put in your questions into the chat box, we are monitoring it. The first question we got was about the naturally dyed pisanka, and thank you, Pani Luba, for jumping in as well. Question was, do naturally dyed pisanka keep their colors over time or will they fade? And Pani Luba had said, it depends on the dye. Some are color fast and others fade quickly. Would you like to elaborate on that? And also, could you go back to the slide of the natural dyes, those pisanka, because someone would like to take a photo of it?
Mhm. Yes. At my experience, I didn't put the Pysanky color with natural dyes over the sun or any of my Pysanky from my collection over the sun. So I starting like I preserve my colors from the shading off. But on this, especially for presentation, I do a little bit um, contrast. So it's maybe not bright like this, but they're still pretty much visible. So for me, this collection, I was working with couple of years, so they still preserve the same color as it was. And when I just starting to playing with natural dyes, I think like, okay, I remember this was marigold. Oh, I remember it was morena. But from couple of years, I started to forget. So my hint, I just do the small, like I just do the pencil, and from the opposite side of this pisanka, I just write for me from which plant it was comes from. So then I did any case I need to remember very fast, or when I teach the natural dyers, I just can say, okay, this was tulips over marigold, this was
Mhm.
mulberry, this was this. So yeah, it's very
Yeah.
easy to remember.
Ha have you used sappan wood for the red color, or you only use morena?
For now, I use Morena. I'm looking for sapling wood. Maybe in the
Ah,
future, yeah,
because
I will
I got
try.
such a bright sappan wood, such a beautiful red. I like your morena red as well. And I just started like last year, and
Mhm.
color is very bright. Yellow is exceptionally good from marigold, and
Can
the
you share
sappan
with
wood.
us where you
I
get
do
this?
have pictures. It's in my stand, but I do have picture. I can send a link of my album with a natural dye. Is that okay, everyone?
Please, if you can, to drop it in the
Yeah,
chat
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll do that.
for you.
Give me a second, because I
Oksana,
got very nice colors. I was very impressed.
Do
I,
you have a ability like a save the chat?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And
I will ask you doing this. I will read it after our presentation because for
mhm,
now I just can see my slides
mhm.
and
yeah,
a
and there's a
little bit
lot of
if
great
you.
comments coming in as well. Thank you for your and commenting how beautiful all your pictures are. But this is a perfect segue for one of the questions that came in about what are some of the things that you use for the natural dyes, and especially what do you use to get the beautiful blue?
Oh, this is my favorite. Uh, it's mulberry. It's mulberry. And when I found the mulberry and when I first tried to work with it, I fall in love because mulberry, you, it's a, you can work on the contrast. Like a first 5 minutes, it's a light blue. Then for 15 minutes, it's a darker. And if you stay like overnight, it can you give you even a black, like with a blue shade. It's I love the mulberry because I can't find what we call in Ukraine чорниця often. I can't find it here. I even go to Maine. I thought this wild blueberry it the same, but no, it's not the same. So
I got wild blueberry frozen one from the store, and it got me very dark blue. I just posted my album with my natural dyes.
I don't know why, but for me it doesn't work. When I started to removing the
Mm-hmm.
wax, the dyes comes off with for me. So I was glad when Anna Kotlina comes to Canada and bring for me the chornica from Ukraine, and now I can this
But she brought you
first.
frozen ones. They cannot
She
over
bring
the.
me she brings me like a gem. It works as well.
Ah, really?
Yes.
Haven't tried jam. Okay, I just posted my album. If you can see, I can open it. Can somebody check if it
Yeah, and
works?
I will be appreciative if Oksana will share with
Yes,
me
yes,
later.
it works. The link works. Дякую. We had a question from Karen. Do you have a favorite symbol that you prefer on your creations, on your pisanki?
When I just started to making pisanki, I'm very love to making the 8 point star. But then, like from maybe from season, depend from the mood, the symbols was changed. Like maybe last year, I'm very love the tree of life, and this season I'm very love the birds. I don't know, but maybe I just wanna good news. But
Eh,
yeah, I just love to work with the birds this season.
Can you also repeat the name of the tool that you were using for the Krappenkind dotted eggs?
Yes, let's find my krapanki. Not here. Okay. Yeah, they are all here. And I will even show you because I prepared this for Ukrainian school. So we with kids we use this just a regular pencil, and it's actually work not like from both of the side. It should be not sharpened, any of them work. I do little bit longer for kids, not matches, just to make sure they like far from the melted beeswax. I also give them the matches that I stick with this just a regular, you know, how it's called?
yeah,
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
eraser.
wrapping paper. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
just I just put it around the pencil and they work like this
Tape. You mean
to
tape?
make it smaller dots. And of course, a lot of pins, pins with this you see? Yeah, with these small little bulbs. It's
Hmm.
like a pin head, glass bulbs. So yeah, it gives them variety of sizes of the dots. And
Super,
even Q-tip will work.
super quick question. Have you tried doing those drop and pull technique on the little quail eggs? They're trickier
No,
to work even. No,
no.
okay.
Quick answer,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
Okay, one of the last questions we got was commenting how beautiful your gerdan is.
Oh,
And did
thank
you make
you.
it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Totally matching your outfit beautifully.
Yes,
Amazing.
I was so glad that here in Massachusetts we have 60 degrees and almost spring, but today was snow falling. So, yeah, maybe spring it's not coming yet.
Okay, Alona, I think we're going to continue on. Please, everybody, if you can drop in your questions, we are monitoring it and we will continue with questions and answers at the end of the presentation. So bring them in. Don't worry to hold it to the end. We will keep track of where we stopped and continue on. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
so
again for very beautiful presentation.
thank you, Natalia. And yeah, we are ready to go to the next part. And next part is where like the way how to decorate Ukrainian Easter eggs, but without wax resist method. And in this part will be my exploration a little bit, because some of the artists I was know previously, but some of them was pretty new for me. One of the kind to decorate the eggs, it's we call zernivka. It comes from the grains, different grains like a buckwheat, wheat, millet, rye, corn, like variety of grains. Um, and you put these grains like on the glue and around the egg surface and do the small little composition of flowers and even this composition like small little birds together or tree of life. And I know about this artist because of Tatiana Konoval. She bring his this work of Valentina Voitkova to Canada Pysanka retreat. And yeah, if somebody who already own this Zernivka, just put the plus in the chat. Or if you already recognize your Pysanky in my slideshow, yeah, please say hello. Yeah, because I'm very grateful that uh, I work with a contemporary Pysanky artist and I have your Pysanky in my collection. Yeah, it's I'm very glad to have them and share if it's have a chance. So this is Zernivka from Valentina Voitkova, Decoration the eggs with the grains. Next part, it's a solomyanka. Solomyanka, it's when you decorate the egg with wheat straw. You cut the wheat straw in a different shapes, like lines, like diamonds, and do the applique work over the eggshell. And one of the artists who work with this technique, it's Ksenia Koshikova, and last season she was at my live streams, and he teach me how to do it, and we even have the saved live stream. So if you want to repeat this technique, I can share with you this video. And also a couple of her work, it's here. Solomyanka. Yeah. Straw stripes, glue into dyed eggs, create geometric or floral designs. And a couple more findings. I was, when I prepare for the presentation, I was found on the internet. Some of them come off in one of our groups, Pysanka artist groups. And this like a waving from wheat straw and waving even the egg. I wasn't sure if it's waving over the egg or it's just the waving. It's very interesting. And yeah, the artist is Lyudmila Harko. And the second one, it's Mariana Halchinska. I was stuck with her just briefly because I want to know how she make them. And mostly I will maybe little bit fast, but mostly artists who work with decoration egg, but not in traditional technique, they use plastic foam, soft foam for working with. And they explain that this material not so fragile, very lightweight, and it's very easy for decoration. So this is actually how from Mariana decoration work. So she take the foam base and put on a glue the stripes of the wheat straw. Couple of new findings. It's one of the Solomenka artists, it's a Svetlana Kabak, and it's actually very funny because she just take the egg, put it on a glue, and put it over in a straw chip. And yeah, it's very easy but very interesting to do. It's look puffy, and you even when you see the take a picture, like see the photo, you want to touch it and yeah, check how it's work. So it's her work as well. And here, if you take a look, I do the screenshot from their Instagram pages. So if you want to do like learn more or see more references from their works, just make a screenshot, go to the sites, and yeah, explore more. Next part of the decoration, it's a mальованка. Mальованка, it's come from the word малювати, like a paint, and this is actually design with a paint, with a brush and paint, no wax. So some of these pysanky in my private collection, like this trident and this tree of life. It's the same pysanka but from opposite side. And it's a glowing in the dark, and it's modern artist. I didn't put the name, but it's a Marina Malarenko. She worked in the Petrikivka style painting. And this is egg from Ukraine, just a regular one. And this what I found recently on the Instagram, a recommendation. They just come to me when I am preparing. So one of the artists, they create the paints with the paints and like yeah, introduce the pattern from the fabric. One of the example I want to share with you, it's artist Maria Kristopchuk, and she take the ornament from the vyshyvanka, from ornament on the embroidery. and it's Starokutska Sorochka. So these artists, they perfectly work in both technique, and with a needle and with a paintbrush. So yeah, just want to share with you this artist, if you didn't know, just in case. So next technique for decoration, it's a carved egg, or we call it rizblenka. In this version, I have three pysanki from pysanki artist in Ukraine, Galina Tudai. In this middle one, it's a carved trident, and they color with natural dyers, this pysanki, and little bit etched. So in these three pysanki, I can show couple of techniques and couple of methods how to decorate the Easter eggs. Next one, I believe you know this artist. It's Oksana Bilous. This goose egg, and they both etched and carved. So rizblinki, it's a decorative eggs in which the ornament is cut or engraved into the eggshell using specialized tools. Sometimes it's very, very thin Dremels, or even dentist tools. And of course, I can't I just can't be silent because I wanna show you the work of Anatoly Boyko. It's Ukrainian egg artist who passed away just recently, but his work was amazing. He was work in a different technique, like carve, metal framing, inlay, and this works amazing, beautiful. He, like, I don't know, when you see this work, I can't even imagine how he did it, but he do a couple of records of Ukraine, and he framed his egg with metals like copper, silver, wire. He embellished with inlays such as stone, jewelry elements, or other materials, and he fixed it with specialized crystallizing resin. So I just wanna remember this artist, and yeah, it's very sad, but I don't have his egg in my collection, but I would like to have. And the next part, the eggs, it's maybe something easy, something know-how, something that come from our days. At a Pysanky info site, I find the name Linivki, and I put them as well because yeah, it's what that is. It's very lazy kind to decorate the egg. So you just put the sticker on it, or sticker wrap sleeves, or just a regular stickers. And even nowadays, the temporary tattoo will work. And I know that those who made the temporary tattoos, they even do spring collection, especially for your Easter eggs. So they really look nice, stylish, and kids love to play with this style of decoration. So if you're looking something easy and way to decorate the egg with the kids, yeah, thinking about the linivke. Next part, it's a biserke. Biserke, I didn't maybe was familiar with this kind of decoration, but when I started to look more, I started to find that it's very popular, especially for artists who work with the beads. I'm very like to like necklaces, guerdons, and crazy with the beads. So maybe in the next season, I will take a look about the eggs and yeah, do some news in my collection. So I find couple of work by Irina Rosocha, and if I starting to know more, it's a different technique of weaving. So it can be woven, it can be gluing, it can be inlaid on egg. like when I started to like read the history, that long time ago it was made in the monasteries. But now even just regular people who work with the beads can do this egg, sell them for decoration, for the Easter baskets, for your home. Yeah, and it looks nice. And also, yeah, I was find out that many of them work with uh, yeah uh, stereoform, yeah, pinoplast. So one of the way for decoration with biser beads, um, it's wax embedded beading. Decorative techniques in which beads of stones or any other small details press into a thin layer of wax over the egg's surface, and it's create ornament patterns and like composition what you can see. And I have just a ton of information at the Pysanka info site. If you take a screenshot and go here in this link, like type it, or yeah, you can
It's 4
find.
o'clock their time, okay? They don't know it's the new 5 o'clock.
Sorry. Yeah, you can find more information about this kind of technique because there are a lot, really a lot. I almost at the end of all my presentation, and this is a souvenir eggs. Souvenir eggs, I call the eggs that you can bring like a souvenir from Ukraine. It's one of them. It's a ceramic. I bring from Ukraine the same 2022, and it was made by Angela Drach. It's a ceramist. She lives in Buki, Cherkasy region. And if I will shake it, maybe you will see the sound, hear the sound. Just try it. Okay, if you hear it, just make me plus in the chat. So it's like a rattle toy. And they imitate the Pysanky symbols on them, like a fish and the star. And it's ceramic. Also, any of decorative eggs, wooden, wax, ribbons, sequins, wool felting, crochet, beaded, colored paper applique, like uh, everything that you can imagine, any technique that people can work, they are trying to put it on the egg and making decorating egg. And actually it's beautiful. And actually I like to try new techniques, and maybe someday I will try some of this. And just recently, I know about, for example, felting eggs. It was awesome, and I know about this kanzashi eggs. It's a way how you decorated the egg with ribbons. So yeah, with embroidery when you put embroidery over, or when you put wax in a mold that imitate the pysanky. Now it's very popular in Ukraine when I see, and of course crochet. So maybe here not every style what we can imagine, but I'm still working with my presentation. I believe it's never will be close, and until I research of this topic, I will be adding this presentation and yeah, adding to my collection new pieces. This what I call souvenir eggs, I take from the Pysanky Museum website in Columbia, and they represent the Pysanka like Kosiv ceramic. It's a in the Kosiv ceramic style. I have a couple of those also, and some of the wood egg, but inlay with a small little beads, and it's actually really interesting technique. And as I was find out, this is the same year of when I was born, so this Pysanka is the same age like me, and it's very good looks like. And one of the Pysanka was found, and it was very interesting for me. Not Pysanka, but egg decoration. It's from China. It's cloisonne technique. It's yeah, very interesting when you Google it and starting to yeah. It's like a rabbit hole. When you're starting to know more about any of this technique, it's like a rabbit hole. You need to you go from the one clean to another, and yeah, and spend all of your time. And couple of bonuses. Uh, how we can decorate our Easter homes, like close to the Easter for those who celebrate. Some of them it's um, Easter dough. When you put the pysanky on the string, making them wings, making them beaks and heads with beeswax and tails, and put it on the string. And yeah, it's imitate how it's flying. Also, you can implement your pysanka in the with straw decor. We call it pavuk, and it gives your Christmas pavuk to your Easter pavuk. And also, you can decorate your house with vetenanki, and some of them, if you see this tree of life from Podillia, we will have this example of pysanka. I put it on the vetenanka design. So yeah, you can put it on the walls or on the windows. And that's it from me for this part. If you have a question, if you have question, Oksana, I will, yeah, appreciate if you can share with me.
Hey, thank you, Lana. I'm gonna pick up where we left off. Give me a minute while I scroll up. Would you be able to elaborate a little bit about when Pysanka began, or maybe mention about the first Pysanka that was ever found?
Unfortunately, I don't have this information because what I found that Pysanky was found in Ukraine long time ago, like maybe centuries years ago. We have the oldest Pysanka that kept in the museum in Kolomia. Uh, but who was first started to make it Pysanky? No, I don't have this information, and I will be glad if someone and can share with me and even proof. But yeah, I didn't know.
Thank you. Pani Luba pitched in, says no one knows the beginning of Pysankarstvo.
Yeah.
Had a question from Larissa. What is your favorite non-natural dye color lately, and what colors do you gravitate towards?
Okay. What my favorite color? Maybe not color, but color combination. I'm very like yellow and red. And it's no matter if it or natural or not natural, but yeah, I like this color combination. For me, it's about the love, about the sun, about something warm. And what the second part of the question, please?
Just your colors that you gravitate towards, which ones do you like to use?
Yeah, so these two colors I like to use, yellow and red.
Do you work on raw eggs or do you blow them out ahead of time or afterwards?
I do both. Close to the Easter, I cherish the tradition and trying to make just a couple raw chicken eggs and to preserve it to the next years. But mostly, yeah, I work with blowing out chicken eggs and making mostly like a souvenir, like a present, like a decoration for the house.
Okay. We just have a lot of comments are saying thank you for the presentation. It was lovely, beautiful collection. Does anyone else have any other questions? I think I've tackled all the ones that came into the chat. If I haven't, if you'd like to unmute yourself to ask, oh, how do you seal them? We had a question.
How do I feel?
How do you seal them? I'm assuming that she means with do you do polyurethane afterwards or maybe the question is Judy, maybe if you want to unmute yourself and ask um do you mean to seal it before you dye it or you talk about the polyurethane afterwards?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm waiting.
Okay, I think I did it. Am I unmuted?
We hear you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't do text very well. It's because some of them are shiny. I assume that it's sealed somehow after you've done your art on it? Like, how do you preserve them?
Varnished, right? What you use for varnish, right? Okay.
Oh,
I
Alona,
cannot
you
hear
are
you.
muted. You are muted.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, for natural, when I work with natural dyes, I didn't seal with nothing. Like I just leave it like this with a natural way. But when I work with aniline, I can do the varnish. It's mostly this. Spray in a bottle for 10-15 minutes varnish. I just do one round or two, no more, just to preserve the colors, because aniline dyes, if you know, they water based and then can be, if a drop of the water come on it, it can leak a little bit. So yeah, I can preserve it, do them more shiny.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Alona, I think that brings it to an end. I don't see any other questions coming in. Thank you so much for this presentation. Just a reminder to everybody that the presentation was being recorded. Just give us a few days to process it, and we will email it to everybody who has registered. I know that there's some people who unfortunately couldn't make it tonight, time changes and everything. So we're again so wonderful to have you, come back and visit us in person.
Yeah, I want to thank you and thank all the for all of you who can listen me now or will be listening recording. Sorry for my accent, maybe. Sorry, bad pronounce, missing articles. I know all of this, but I will do my best. And thank you. Sorry for trembling in my voice, because some part when I talking about it's kind of personal, yeah, and I always remember that back me to my family in Ukraine. And yeah, thank you for your support and thank you for your questions. I was very glad to be with you, and like after the making Pysanky, I like to talk with Pysanky. So it's very lovely to be in the community of people who love to do the same. Thank you, Oksana.
Well,
Thank you,
thank you.
Natalia.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we look forward to seeing all of you at a future program here at the UHEC. Thank you and have a wonderful evening, everyone.